Nobody cares about this much detail on that.
Fine, the compass is still broken.
Why do I always have to move?
Flexi.
Flexi.
It's kind of a piece.
Yeah.
We're Ed and Paige. We've had this dream of traveling full-time on our own sailboat for years. And well, we finally took the leap. We said goodbye to our landlocked home, as well as our 9-to-5s, to follow our hearts. And we now call Sea Pearl, a 1992 Cabo Rico 34, our home. Subscribe to join us as we sail onward to unfamiliar waters and embark on this epic adventure. But first, we need to finish this refit and get off the dock.
Oh, I don't get a kiss this time?
I might need to scooch just a hair your way.
Why do I always have to move? Move the camera. What are we discussing?
I don't know. Why we're still here.
Why we're still here. What have we done? We got the list here, so it's a long one. But obviously we documented the vessel because we are not planning to be in any one state for any long period of time. That is completed. We got the paperwork for that last week. Yeah. We ordered sails because the main is pretty, I think it might be original. In fact, I'm sure it's original because it says Cabo Rico 34 on it. So. So we ordered new sails. They're taking longer than expected. First thing was the fridge. We did that one.
Your refrigeration?
We had to add anchor chain because we are going to be places where there is more coral and rock bottoms. So
how much? We did what, 200 foot of chain?
200 feet of chain. Because we had 200 feet, but it was 30 feet of chain and then 170 of road, which... masthead light, because it originally only had an anchor light. We are going to be doing a lot of night passages, so we need the tricolor at the top. So now I've got a new LED tricolor and anchor light.
Woo.
Our running rigging, all of the running rigging was kind of tired. Some of it is probably, we're going to use some of it because, well, I haven't got infinite money to pay for everything. But most of the running rigging done. We just have to change the main halyard next. Solar, we built the solar arch and it works. So, in fact, we've been using that.
How much did we do? We did 300?
300 watts of solar. Basically, we have a 300 amp hour battery bank, which is the same as what we had in our van.
It worked great for us, but we haven't had to test all the systems here yet. We had some flexible solar panels to do on our Bimini, but we sent those back because
they were too big.
They were 100 watt ones, and I think what would work better would be the 50 watt ones up there. So
because they'd be half covered by the boom anyway the whole time, so they'd be restricting all the power we could make, not just themselves.
So potentially going to add more solar, but 300 is doing us well.
Good
for now.
place to
we
start.
Don't use a lot of power. We don't have a microwave, have a toaster, I occasionally use my blender to make a smoothie.
We don't have a TV.
We don't have a TV.
Our radio is the little boombox stuff. So
yeah, we do the rechargeable little speakers, and we just charge our computers and our phones. So
next is we ordered a life raft because we're going to be primarily offshore sailing.
It's quite a big life raft, but it was really the only one I could get my hands on. They were all back ordered. And then we got the cradle for it, which we waited a long time, but it's kind of a piece.
Yeah.
I think we might see if somebody can re-weld it. It's just like spot welded together and it looks terrible. Yeah. But it was for the Crew Saver life raft, but I don't know if I want to bet my life on it.
Let's hope the life raft is better than the cradle.
I feel like the life raft's going to just wash away with the cradle on it with a big wave.
We changed the VHF out for a VHF which has AIS. We don't give off. We don't project out AIS. Yeah, whatever. We pick up other people's, but I figure that's a good place to start. We got some drips around the mast boot, so we ordered a mast boot. I still haven't done it, but
the tape.
We can do that at anchor somewhere. We bought an EPIRB and PLB stuff, So
came together in a kit, which was kind of nice.
yep. We have a crack in our chain plate on the pulpit, the very bow of the boat. It's not a crack, it's a stress crack forming, according to the surveyor. So that's something we've been trying to get done, and everyone's so busy. Little jobs like this they're just not that interested in. So hopefully this week, he told me he's got parts coming, so
a giant piece of stainless steel for you to polish, because
Yeah.
his polishing guy's out.
Yeah.
He said,
on my
I'm so busy, but if you want to come help polish it, we'll get it done quicker and for less. We were like,
while rewiring the solar, some of the wires were exposed for the windlass. I blew out the breaker, so I had to order a new breaker, which was apparently was a good thing because those ones are prone for failure. So we got a new one of those installed, so our windlass is working. We are looking at getting a water maker. Haven't done it yet. Called them last week. The guys in Fort Lauderdale seemed very knowledgeable. Said we should be okay to run a 12-volt system with our small battery bank and solar in the middle of the day. Find out. We ordered Paige a new kitchen faucet, which is in and done. Much easier to actually wash dishes now because saltwater faucet needs to be fixed. Haven't done that yet. Fixed stove. Well, we replaced it, so it's fixed, done. There's a little crack in our gas line for the tank. It's not through it. It's just on the outside, dry rot. Anyway, bought a new one. Haven't replaced it yet, but we're replacing all the hoses for the sinks because they're all dry rotten and they go straight to a through hull. Thank you. So they're important that they're not corroded and leaking.
what did we do last night that nearly killed you?
That was just the exhaust. Yes, the exhaust hose off of the elbow was delaminating, so you could see inside like blisters forming, and the outside was starting to look dry rotten. So changed that.
In a very peculiar place.
Everything on a smaller boat is in a tighter, smaller space. So, and I'm not exactly small, so fitting in those. You'd be good in there. But
I would have helped more, but I had already showered.
no, you need.
Like, if you'd waited till today, I was like, I would have got.
I really want to take the boat out today.
Got dirty with you, but I had already showered, so you were on your own. I was helping hold some things back with my foot, and I held the flashlight, which my dad informed me is a very important job.
It is.
So you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, quickly, things that haven't been done. Zincs for the bottom. Bottom paint, doesn't necessarily need it, but touching it up wouldn't be a bad idea. So that includes, obviously, would need a hole out. The compass, tried once to repair it. One of the magnets is broken off the bottom of it. I think I can order a new one, get that repaired, but it's not high on the list.
I don't know if we need to explain any of this for people that don't know the compass thing, but...
Don't know the compass? A compass is a compass.
I don't know.
If you don't know what a compass is,
the compass has
YouTube
liquid in it. We got on the boat when we purchased it. The compass didn't have any liquid in it. It all leaked out. We thought it was just a
nobody
little
cares about
patch,
this much
just
detail on that.
Fine, the compass is still broken. Jeez.
Engine insulation needs to be replaced. It's all dry rotted and falling apart. Filling the bilge with little foamy, crappy stuff. I've been scooping it out, and so it doesn't go into our bilge pump and block that.
That'd be bad.
But it, so that's also engine oil change before we go. Clean the water strainers. We might need to seal the rear water tank.
I don't know why we need to do that.
I don't know why we need to do that either. Somebody overfilled it. Anyway.
Oh.
And then autopilot. Also, while I was repairing stuff,
Oh, you broke our arm.
I pulled out some wires that might have been connected to the autopilot, so I have to find those again. When everything's a rat's nest down there, you just don't know. You're pulling on stuff and...
Yep.
Anyway, so that's a safety hazard. I'm trying to clean up all the wires too.
It's looking better.
MMSI number with the new VHF. I looked to see if this boat had a MMSI with the old one. long story short, couldn't find one, so...
Can you explain what an MMSI is?
It's basically an international recognized code number for this boat via VHF.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not a very good description. If I'd known you were going to ask me that, I would have done more research on that.
Well, your friends asked for more explanation in our videos of what we're talking about, but clearly we're not good at that, so.
I'm just trying to get through this list so I can go sailing.
Yeah, I mean, we could take the boat out. It works completely fine. We put the old mainsail back up because it still works, and
we'll probably blow it out
until we get the new one. The head sail is great. We actually just had it like patched.
Well, it wasn't on the sail.
It wasn't really patched. It was just the stitching, and then he added some leather protection, right?
Well, no, he did patch that hole that was in the umbrella. Umbrella material.
I didn't know that. So
it'll chafe.
But yeah, so actually we might put that back up today.
Now we're on to things we need to sell before we can leave. So there's an AC unit in here that we're basically selling to replace. We're going to put the water maker in its place.
It's in the biggest cupboard on the boat, and it takes up most of the cupboard. The water maker won't take up as much because you're going to put the water maker underneath, right? So we should have another shelf space.
Well, the water maker is like modular, so you can put different parts in different places. But yeah, essentially the filters will go at the bottom of the cupboard.
So a little more storage.
But this is again something I think that we've got the through holes for, so I can do it on a nice anchorage somewhere and not.
You don't have to do it poorly.
Don't have to be paying
this
for
boat holds a lot of water. We have 146 gallons of water in this 34-foot boat.
It's all of our storage.
Yeah.
We sold Paige's mountain bike. We've sold my mountain bike. The van is coming up on that list.
Aww. Can we insert a little walk around of Petey? Petey will be for sale. Well, I mean, is for sale.
Anyway, well, there's already a lot of people
We
interested.
haven't listed him yet. We'll be sad to see Petey go. He was good to us.
I put my heart and soul into that thing. All right, that's basically our list. So then, what's next? So once we're done with that, what's the plan?
Oh, well, we're getting a bit of a late start and heading to the Bahamas. So we've been discussing routes and plans with your dad, who's very knowledgeable on these things. Oh, one thing we forgot, the Iridium Go.
Oh yeah.
I think we're gonna...
Yeah, I think that's the way we're going.
Do the Iridium Go.
We're gonna go with the Iridium Go.
Yeah. If you don't know what that is, Google it. No, it is
It's too loud, huh?
Yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. It's a little hot spot right here for satellite.
Is that a chia pet? What is that?
Whatever. I'm not good at explaining these things.
Please, sir.
So that'll be a way that we can communicate using satellite with our family via, they have text messaging through an app. We can download weather on that. Also, we've gone to the dark side here.
What? Oh.
Well, we've always been Apple Mac people, and so we went with the Samsung Galaxy.
Well, it was you looked at what everyone was recommending and using for their navionics and stuff.
A lot of people said the Samsung tablets. They're more affordable than an iPad and seem to work great. And they have a built-in GPS, which
most of them do now.
But a lot of the iPads didn't. You had to pay extra or a carrier or something. So we went. I don't even know how to turn it on because I am not Android.
Yeah. Anyway.
Smart. Okay. Yes.
Leave it alone. We want as many backups to our systems as possible. So we've got two forms of GPS currently. One with the VHF, Standard Horizon, AIS stuff. Then we've got the old, antiquated Raymarine one, but it still does its job, still picks up locations, still shows charts. Yeah, we can't do this much longer. And then Navionics will be our tertiary obviously paper charts too. I plan on getting paper charts for the places we're going, but it's always good to have backups. Is that important to say? People need to know that.
We're just gonna go in blind.
Yeah, full speed.
Absolutely not.
So we're gonna travel from here down the coast to probably around Fort Lauderdale area, and I guess get our tests.
Will be like my fourth one. But
Then across to the Bahamas, probably Bimini if we can do it, or whichever one the weather takes us to, because obviously at that point we are restricted by, sorry, we're not supposed to say that, are we? By the test.
Restricted by the, testing. Where you
Yeah,
get
so
tested.
you have 5 days that once you've been tested to make it to the Bahamas, and then you get tested again when you get there. So once you get tested and you get that clear bill of health, essentially, you don't have a lot of time to pick weather windows. That will depict where we go, whether it's Bimini or one of the more northern, I forget the name of it anyway. And then from there, we will probably be there for, I hope, a month, at least, because we're still getting used to the boat, so that would be a nice place to do that. And then the plan is to just head due east for a long period, and then around 65 degrees you will head south down to what would probably be around Antigua, might be our check-in point. Originally we thought we were going to bounce down the islands. Most of the cruising platforms say that's not a very pleasant passage because you're beating into the wind and waves, and also it's quite dangerous because it's a lot of reefs and stuff. So, but the main reason we're not going to do this anymore is just we've spent so long fixing stuff that we just don't have the time to get far enough south to be in a safe place when hurricane season comes. I hope that was really entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm sweating horribly.
Okay.
Sorry.
Would you like out of this seat?
No, it's okay. You can. I feel like we've just lectured.
Jumped out.
I feel like we're given a class on how to be boring.
Yes. Okay, so we might be putting the boat back together and going for a little adventure down the river, right? We'll try to film some of that. Hopefully everything goes to plan. This is depressing.
Next time we need to do it after we need to have a coffee to wake us up.
Yeah.
And then have a coffee while we're chatting, because it's too. My brain isn't turned on enough yet. I'm still.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's hotter than
Yeah.
hell.